Interesting enough, it really is 1 in 3 people will be touched by organ and tissue donation at some point in their life. Now, it may not be organ donation, but it could be tissue donation. So if you've got an athlete in the family and they've torn an ACL or an MCL, there's a strong possibility that they have tendons that were used to rebuild their knee in order to continue to play their sport.
Okay.
Or people who've had cornea transplants. We hear stories all the time about people who have not had the gift of sight for years, and then through organ and tissue donation now can see their grandchildren for the first time, or they can continue to live, or they can continue to make a living. Or we talked with a lady in Chattanooga last week who, after her cornea transplant, could return to her love, which was music, and now plays with various organizations all throughout Chattanooga.
What other instances? If it's 1 in 3, that's a lot.
That's a lot. It is a lot. Kidney transplants, liver and heart transplants, heart valve transplants as well. So all of this is made possible through the generosity, or what we call is the ultimate gift of life, through organ and tissue donation.
Now, you said the ultimate gift, which is when you donate for after you die.
That's correct.
Now, is this different from living donors?
Yes, it is. It is very different. Although we support living donation because there is such a need for kidney donation, because that is the greatest need across the country and in the state of Tennessee.
Really?
Yes. In fact, about 75 to 80% of the people in Tennessee who are waiting for a transplant are waiting for a kidney transplant.
No way.
Yes. And
why?
These are all, it's our lifestyle, it's hypertension, it's diabetes. These are the individuals, not all, but are on dialysis. And in order to survive, they have to be on dialysis, and it's just life-altering when you have to spend 7 or 8 hours on dialysis, depending on how you get your dialysis, and then you go to work. We talked to a Davidson County Sheriff's Department employee last week who was going to work, and then he would go after work and be on dialysis for 4 or 5 hours, and then go home and sleep a couple hours, and then he'd go to work. So his whole life revolved around work and staying alive.
And it's not, for some people, it's not just a once a week thing. It's two or three times a week.
That's correct.
That they have to do this.
Yes.
And it doesn't just turn your life around. I have a friend who was almost a widow at one point before her husband got a kidney transplant. He had polycystic kidney disease, and he was on dialysis so much. He would go to work and then go to dialysis and come home, and it would be so late at night when he'd finally get in that they just had no time together.
It is life-altering. And living donation is something you can do with kidneys.
Right.
So you can donate a kidney to a family member or a friend, and also you can do a living liver donation as well.